Beyond Two Souls. Brilliant. The brilliance starts from the beginning. By the end of the prologue, I was questioning my own actions, even asking myself out loud, what did I do? I could feel a sense of need while playing as this introverted little girl. A need for power, destruction, a need to let out all rage. A rage I didn't even have, but a rage I could instantly pick up on. This was only in the beginning though. I quickly started to feel empathy towards her. I started to care what happened. I became the protector, playing more the role of Aiden rather than Jody. Beyond Two Souls can be played solo or co-op. It makes more sense to play in co-op, and in the beginning this is kind of how you feel like it was designed to be. It's a little odd to play solo at start and think that you're controlling two different characters. Jody and her attached entity Aiden while getting screamed at to stop doing something by the other character you control. While you become Aiden, you can interact with the environment to figure out puzzles, create solutions, become a distraction, or unleash complete mayhem. The developers wanted you to know that Jody doesn't control Aiden, yet you control both through the game. It's pretty hard to separate the two at first, and depending on your personality, you'll find yourself attached to one of these characters more than the other. Jody is on the cover of the game, but to me, Aiden felt more like the main character. Aiden is the character I connected to most. Pretty strange considering Aiden doesn't have a face or a voice. I wanted to see Jody succeed and find peace, not as her though, but as her watcher. So even though it makes most sense to play with another person, I believe you'll be robbing yourself from creating a meaningful connection by doing so. Even if you're robbed of choosing your connection, a connection is still massively easy to develop. The character development in story is beautiful. It tugs at your heart. I even got a little teary-eyed at multiple parts during the game. And even the transition of story to gameplay is flawlessly entwined. So much so that I found myself waiting for cutscenes to end only to realize it wasn't a cutscene. This truly is an interactive movie. Depending on who you are, that can be a good or a bad thing. There isn't all too much gameplay. Beyond Two Souls is very much like Heavy Rain in the sense that it is one giant QuickTime event. The beauty of the QuickTime events in Beyond Two Souls though is that the developers did a pretty good job at hiding it. Much like in Heavy Rain, QuickTime events feel natural here, but in combat even more so. Instead of pressing prompts in combat, you move in the direction of an incoming attack to block and counter. Things just sometimes get confusing, as you'll often find yourself attacking the attack like you're taught, only to get hit and knock you off balance for a second. Luckily, there isn't much to worry about when it comes to missing a prompt. You can't get a game over in Beyond Two Souls. If you mess up in a spot or make a certain moral decision, the story just slightly alters. I played through Beyond Two Souls more than 5 times to see all endings and get all trophies, and sadly each playthrough was similar even though I made different decisions each time. There are very few things that can happen in a previous chapter that can affect the story later on. The only time you're really given a choice that affects how things play out is in the end. This leaves the window open for multiple playthroughs, but sadly getting to these different ends is a drag, as you can't really play with the story much. Beyond Two Souls has controls that can sometimes feel unresponsive and somewhat confusing tutorials. But if you love narrative in your games, Beyond Two Souls is a must play. For what it is, an interactive drama action adventure game, 9.5 out of 10. And as an overall game, 9 out of 10. If you play Beyond Two Souls, let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you liked the video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and tune in Monday for First Impressions, where you find out what game we're playing next. Thanks for watching.
Hold your positions.
No choice. We're going straight through. Are you ready, Aiden?